It was a twist more dramatic than anything the writer's room could have conceived for CBS's gritty crime procedural The Equalizer. During a routine filming stoppage on the show's gritty New York set, an uninvited, wayward Duchess materialized unannounced, only to be ferociously dressed down by a fuming Queen Latifa herself in an epic tongue-lashing for the ages. According to multiple witnesses, former actress and recently exiled British royal Megan Markle made a brash decision to wildly insert herself onto the Newark, New Jersey shooting location around 10 a.m. Tuesday without permission or invitation from anyone affiliated with the popular primetime reboot series. Emerging from a stuffy bamboo-printed minivan complete with a self-hired producer and tiny lens crew, the Duchess of Sussex allegedly barged through several security checkpoints while representing herself as an esteemed member of the cast, prepared to discuss upcoming charity tie-ins and promotional considerations for the show. This lady just manifests out of nowhere surrounded by all these raccoon-eyed people wielding cameras and production gear, basically proclaiming herself some kind of African royal advisor to chalk up relevance, described Gary McClary, a sitcom lighting specialist contracted on the Equalizer set who witnessed the delusional spectacle unfold. She was rocking this knockoff Vuitton blouse draped in all these phony Navajo accessories, looking like someone reupholstered an American Girl doll in imperialist fabrics looted from some indigenous sweatshop. The 39-year-old Duchess, decked out in ethnic wear she described as daringly elevating cultural appropriation into High Duchess avant-garde, reportedly began making outlandish claims about being personally aligned spiritually with Latifa's master vigilante character, Robin McCall. She then insisted the only way to properly achieve symbiotic energy transfers for the greater good involved immediately shadowing the veteran rapper-turned-leading lady to shape a full story arc for the remainder of the season. At first, members of the hair, makeup and wardrobe teams assumed the uninvited royal was merely another deep-pocketed producer's wife looking to indulge delusional acting whims for attentional catharsis. But any ambiguity dissipated once Markle began barking demands for producers to radically overhaul characters and script narratives to prominently decenter cis-heteronormative tropes and destigmatize holistic representations of intersectional identities. She felt Latifa's portrayal as a remorseless, hypermasculine vengeance machine needed urgent retooling away from what Meghan insisted were dangerously transphobic and decolonizing ideologies perpetuating regressive cultural tropes, said crew member McClary while stifling bewildered chuckles. This lady basically just materialized from some moisturized Hell's Cape and tried canceling the entire premise behind one of TV's most beloved action heroes flat out as some vanity-educated titleholder campaign. Unsurprisingly, Markle's gall and soapboxing condescension did not exactly endear her to the show's writers, producers, and talent. When the Duchess then overtly needled Latifa for being compensated a whole lot of money dollars, yet still enabling exclusionary projections of lethally violent wastelands, normalizing toxic white supremacist frameworks, the ground was laid for a brutal dismissal to inevitably go down. As the uninvited entourage continued interrupting production by slathering cast and crew with unwanted parchment manifestos advocating for the Duchess to holistically shape their artistic direction, an increasingly incensed Queen Latifa finally had enough and confronted her head-on about the disruptive derailment. "Listen here, little red petulant hood, I don't know where you get off co-opting spaces where you unabashedly don't belong, nor precisely which trees you sampled the mind-altering sap coursing crazy through those veins to provoke such chicanery." Witnesses say the award-winning hip-hop icon chastised Meghan in withering on-set remarks eventually amplified by a roving production boom. "But here in Newark, we operate with a bare minimum of respecting the boundaries of anyone actually hired to be here. And right now, your whole counterfeit contribution is about as welcome as a rodent fart in church." From there, Latifa purportedly morphed into her TV character's more menacing tough-talking alter ego, berating and mocking the Duchess for her entitled presumptuousness in assuming any unilateral authority to steer the gritty show's identity or dictate its primary talent's motivation and craft. "This ain't no GPBS moralizing children's songbook you just breeze in and colonize because your delusions of grandeur demand validating like some tarnished oligarch's biracial prop," the outspoken queen unleashed at one point, according to several sources present. "You want a community advisory role hollering ignorant wokeness at this city's exhausted mothers and fathers just praying for a momentary TV glimpse of an empowering Avenger? Hard pass, Ginger Spice." To drive her point home, Latifa went on to hail the tireless professionalism of Equalizer's actual writing staff, many hailing from Newark and harsh urban environments across America the show strives to authentically honor. She also passionately defended the nuanced portrayals of justified vengeance and rebirth. This particular series aims to address sensitively, prioritizing genuine local experience over the uninvited vagaries of some self-consumed banshee extracting fringe outrage from a thatched hut yurt. At that point, a horrified Markle was reportedly seen clutching her pearls in dismay. After doubling down on her appreciation for everyone actually contributing to the show's production, from the makeup artists to grips and caterers, the Queen then zeroed in rhetorically on the real cause for Meghan's disruptive outburst, a desperate grab for scintilla of relevancy after becoming, in her words, one sad amateur duchess constantly shedding media attention like so much excess taffeta. Let's not deny this all stems from that little audition line you keep forgetting to stop workshopping, shook as Shakespeare, to be real or not to be real, a pitiful soliloquy you comedically perform whenever cameras scurry in your politely banished direction. Latifa mercilessly clapped while getting in Meghan's face. But the performance aspect you're still struggling with? An actual lick of credibility to elevate your otherwise thirst-bucketing delusions beyond some Instagram heel just tangoing for another dopamine drip before mama starves for content again. Witnesses say a red-faced Markle briefly tried firing back with hasty retorts about her boundless integrity and sacrifice on behalf of the greater global. Before Latifa bluntly cut her off with a dismissive, yeah, hand wave reminiscent of her iconic UNITY video days. At that point, she summoned some burly production assistants to rid the premises of Meghan's entourage before threatening to phone Buckingham Palace security about the bizarre, unwelcome outburst. And for the record, it's pronounced Duchess, Latifa shot as one final parting salvo while Markle and crew slunk off set. Maybe consider actually doing yourself some dignity by earning that title before repping it. Though she later apologized to castmates for the disruption, Latifa stood fully by her legitimately royal tirade in all subsequent interviews, saying the uncompromising clapback displayed precisely the protective instincts and fierce territorialism embodying her character's essence. After all, she quipped, Markle's stunt signified the wildest type of equalizing she'd ever witnessed in her long, decorated career. For her part, the Duchess remained publicly stoic despite crew members overhearing uncontrolled sobbing while she convened an emergency council in her bamboo van to dictate a lengthy manifesto condemning the Queen's violent deprivations of safe creative spaces. The garbled, 6-page diatribe ostensibly cast Latifa as a gatekeeper of the ruling intersectional hierarchies, afflicting modern feminist advocacy with the lacerating macroaggressions of institutionalized hazing. Markle even cryptically insinuated Latifa's royal moniker only enabled suppressing, ingenuous initiatives to liberate Hollywood from its own ogreship of apartheid constructions before the actress's raging outburst was inevitably uploaded to a groundbreaking new blockchain-based, pro-cis app that promised free global distribution for other marginalized voices. But demonstrating a clear pattern, that grand reinvention and restorative pivot never quite manifested beyond trite Instagram sloganeering and an unclaimed parcel of unwatched Odyssey uploads. Instead, the vast majority of her former fanbase purportedly wrote off Markle as a toxic persona non grata worse than initially alleged, fruitlessly clinging to derivative delusions of a voguing influencer future while petulantly lashing out at any obstacle impeding her make-believe sainthood. As one popular social media reaction succinctly put it after video of the clash went mega viral, let us be honest, the only Equalizer here earned receipts dispatching one pathological fame forager back under her lace-fronted rock where she belongs, and that queen is Latifa.